I was just talking to somebody the other day that somewhere in the world there's somebody who's busy trying to figure out how to do like something related to books that I've never even thought of. Like they're trying to figure out how to sell their books on some platform that whatever for the first time. And there's somebody out there who has read all the books that were sold on that platform, has no idea that side of the world even exists, of like trying to figure out how to format your book to sell it on that platform because they're busy doing something like
reading all the books.
Yeah, you're reading the books, but they're like, I don't know, they work on satellite imagery or something. Like it's a completely different world.
Yeah.
And then the person who's publishing those books has looked at satellite imagery to write their book, and like they're completely isolated from each other. But there's somebody doing and has to do everything. Like I haven't seen. There's one time where I thought it was hilarious. I'm like, what the hell is this? So I watched a video. I was the very first person to watch a video of some guy throwing like beanbags into a hole or something. Apparently it's a sport. Like the other videos had like 4,000 views on them. I'm like, I don't even know what this is, but it just showed up. I have to watch this. What is it? And it was so technical and stuff. Like all the lingo was like so refined, and it's like that's a world that I just was able to see because of the internet. And like the other things that I've seen on the internet that I tend to look into are like, all over the place. So like what do colors represent in different parts of the world and at different times, because that always changes. Or what is a random hilarious tribe in Africa that I just randomly discover that is like the funniest culture I've ever seen or something. And then just looking up weird stuff, and every once in a while there's something else, and it's like all of these are entire universes to themselves, like entire fantasy stories as far as I'm concerned. And then my world is an entire fantasy story to somebody else's world, to everybody else's world. Like it's amazing, and that's what the internet is allowing us to do, is have like all of the lives as context, and most of it is just like us reflecting on it because we have our own little world. And now almost everybody's little world is like, it has this additional contextual thing, which is you have access to be able to see almost anything in the world. What are you going to let stick and what are you going to let not stick?